In this Golf University tip from the pro, I'm with Shane McHenry at Murray Downs Golf and Country Club, where he's going to teach us a great chipping lies practice drill to improve our chipping performance out of variable lies. But before we start, remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon below so that I can notify you every time a new episode is released. Plus, at the end of this video, I'm going to teach you how to lose 4 shots or more from your handicap in 3 months or less. But before I do, let's find out how to improve our chipping performance out of variable lies. This tip from the pro brought to you by Golf University, the world's premier golf improvement program.
I want to talk to you about the good, the bad and the ugly with regards to chipping here and with regards to how the ball's sitting on the grass. So we can see here we've got 3 different types of lies here. We've got a shot that's about 17 to 20 metres away from us with not much green to work with. And we've got 3 completely different stories here. So this ball over here is the dream. This thing's sitting up, there's probably about that much room underneath that ball before we get into firm earth. Funnily enough, this is actually a shot that really good players struggle with. Here we've got a moderate to easy lie. There's nothing really sort of hindering behind the grass there, but it is sitting down a little bit more compared to the very good one. And this one over here, we've got the nightmare where we can barely see the ball, and we certainly can't see any of the bottom of the ball. So this one is where we need to be hacking. This one we need to be ever so slightly digging. And this one here we need to be clipping. So that changes your bottom out circle. So when we talk about where does the club bottom out, where's our center of gravity at the point of contact, that's all fine and well when we're playing off a nice line. It's all even and the ball's sitting up purely and the grass is growing with us. And this is one of the biggest skills in golf, is reading what can I do with this ball out of this lie. So with this one here, let's start with the easy one first and we'll work our way down to the poor one. So I've got my 2 different wedges here. Why would you use something different? Well, in this situation we would, because we've got variation. So I'm going to put this one just to the side here, and I'm going to go with my sand wedge for this, because it's quite, like I said, it's an incredibly good lie. So all we're going to do now is we're going to shift the ball a little bit more towards our left foot, and we are going to open the club face on this one just a little bit. And it's naturally, just by the nature of the lie, it's going to fly a little bit higher anyway. So we've got to expect that, and we've got to expect that with our feel, we've got to expect that with our practice swing. So we don't have a whole bunch of green to work with there, but we can virtually land this up on top of the green and it will spin and it will stop because of the nature of the lie. So in practice swings here, we don't want to go in and start digging, because if you dig with this ball here, you run the risk of actually going right underneath the ball and completely whiffing it. I've actually done that once in competition. It's rather embarrassing. So you want to make sure that we're just brushing the top of the grass. So if that means you've got to stand here and take about 3 or 4 extra practice swings until you're super confident, right, I've got the feeling of where the top of the grass is, because that's all we want to clip, is the top of the grass here. So we're going to play this ball up off our left foot. We're going to open up the club face. We're going to put our weight on our left hand side, and we're going to give this quite a hit because we've got a lot of loft here. There we go. So that flew quite high and really only rolled out maybe 2 meters, something like that. So it didn't really roll. So we saw the flight of that. That's gone up quite high in the air. Okay, now we've gone to number 2 here, which is just a moderate to sort of standard lie that you'd be really quite happy with in a rough situation like this. Now you've got a couple of options here. You've probably got enough here, enough room under the ball. We're probably now talking about that much space underneath the ball before the earth begins. So we can play this a couple of different ways, but we don't have to because there's nothing in front of us. So let's not overplay the shot. Let's just do good old standard ham and cheese. Nothing too extravagant here. So we're just going to play this ball off our right foot now to make sure we've got a nice descending blow. What's that going to do to the flight of the ball? Well, we're going to have our hands left and we're going to have our weight left, so that means the flight's going to be a lot lower. So now we can start picking out a spot out in front of us and think, okay, well, I'm guesstimating that the ball's going to land maybe halfway between the cut and the fringe of the green. So now we're going to have a couple of practice swings with that style. And we can see we're getting jagged up in the grass here. We can see it's quite against us, but we've got nothing in behind the ball. So this is going to come out low, not because of the cosmos because I say so, because I'm the one dictating the terms here, and that's how you should be feeling about it and going about your business in golf as well, is you're the one dictating the terms here. So the ball's off our back foot, hands are left, this is going to come out low and run up onto the green. Okay, so a bit of that break took the ball away, but I'm not unhappy with that. It's still giving me a chance to make my putt. Now we've come to the nightmare, the one that everyone fears. And you might have hit 2 cracking shots to get here on a par 4, and you might think to yourself, well, what an injustice. But if you know how to go about dealing with poor lies, good lies, and you know what to expect, well then you're halfway there. You're confident before you even go into it. So the lie dictates that we have to now get very, very choppy down on the back of this ball. Don't stress too much about a pretty follow through or anything pointing at the hole at the end of the shot or any of that stuff that you might have seen before. We need to go digging, we need to go hacking. So if you feel like you're a hacker, this is your thing, because you are within your right to go ahead and go hack. So I'm going to take a few little extra practice swings at it. Clean the club because that's important. Now this ball is going to go way behind my right foot to guarantee a very downward attack on the ball. What's that going to do? It's going to come out low, it's going to come out quite hot. And I've changed from my sand wedge 56 degree to a 62 degree lob wedge, because by the time that ball's that far back in my stance, and we've said that rule number 4 in setup is having your club towards your left pocket, well, you're turning your lob wedge into about a pitching wedge, maybe even a 9-iron. So it's going to come out low, it's going to come out with a lot of roll. Now that ball, there's my right foot there, and I've probably got about 15 centimetres. So we're going to take quite a bit of length of club here because we need it. And we're going to go ahead and hack down and hope that this rolls out onto the green. Now we can see it's got a lot of roll on it. I probably didn't really allow enough for that, because you're not going to get any spin out of that lie, so it's going to come out almost with top spin, so you need to put that through your mathematical calculation before you go ahead and hit it. But as you can see there, they're not really that much different looking the way those balls were sitting, but they certainly play a lot differently, and you need to adjust yourself accordingly. So good lie, clip it. Reasonable lie, go ahead and hit down on it a little bit. Play the ball off your right foot. Good one was up off your left foot because we can, means it's going higher. That one had a medium flight, a little bit more spin on it because there was more ball available to make contact with club face, which means it's going to spin more. This last one that was sitting down in a hole with stuff in behind it, there's no club face and ball true contact. There's always going to be a lot of grass in between. But as long as it's back in your stance far enough, you hit down and still accelerate through. Even though you might not be following through, you're still accelerating down into the hit. It's going to come out hot, it's going to come out with a lot of roll. So expect it. Get a little feel for it with your practicing and say, okay, what do I have to do to adjust myself to the conditions, not just simply hoping that it just works out for the best for you somehow. So get yourself into a practice situation where you can practice a good, a moderate, and a poor lie. Then you'll start to expect what's going to happen with the outcome, what's going to happen to the flight. It's got to give you more confidence, it's got to give you more consistency, and it's going to make it a lot easier for you to get up and down out of any situation, and you're not going to be cranky at the fact that the ball's hitting poorly just because you hit 2 good shots to get here. So practice those 3 different lies, keep it fresh in the end of your fingertips. Good luck, and we hope that provides more consistency and confidence in your chipping from out of the rough.
Well, there it is. I hope you enjoyed this Golf University tip from the pro. Remember to ask a question in the comments below if you need even more help, and feel free to share this video with your golfing friends. As promised earlier, I want to help you easily and effortlessly lower your handicap by 4 shots or more. So I want to invite you to join our Search for Scratch program, which has been designed to help you find out how good a golfer you can become if you are trained with the best coaching model, practice plan, and course management system, all whilst developing a champion golfer's mindset. For more information and to become another one of our success stories, visit searchforscratch.tv/Search for Scratch program, or click the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, commenting and sharing this video, guys. I look forward to supporting your golf improvement in the Search for Scratch program.